I mean, to be honest, although Littlehampton School has like a bit, it's a little bit. I don't know. I had a great time at school, but my experience sounds quite different to yours because I wasn't ever really surrounded by. I never hung out with people that even smoked on the field or whatever. But I never saw like the underbelly of like, you know, because you'd hear about stuff, but I've always been pretty. All my friends. I wasn't really exposed to drugs until I was in my 20s, I don't think, really.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what my life had been like if it would have been like that. I wonder who I'd be. You know. On my first day of school, I got £1 off my mum for a burger. But I nicked the burger and I bought 2 cigarettes off some older kid, 50p each, and gave one to my new mate that I'd met that day. And we had a fag on the field on our first day. And I also, you know, fucking robbed the canteen for a burger.
Oh, fair.
Bad, isn't it?
No, in one of the wraps, the orange and...
Yeah, because like, what I got told, because I had 2 older brothers, how easy it was to steal.
Yeah.
And I must have heard that, like, in the back of my mind, maybe 2, 3, 4 years before I went to that school. Because my brothers had been there, probably, you know, somewhere. And so I did it, you know, I acted.
Yeah.
I took action.
Was there...
I nicked the burger.
Did it feel good?
Well, it did, because I got a cigarette.
When you were there, was there any music stuff happening? Because I can tell you about that. Because when I turned up at a school, Littlehampton School, there was Mr. Henville was like a head of music or something, like an older school teacher, and it was all in disrepair. Like it was all old string instruments, all broken and stuff, and there was nothing really there. You could have guitar lessons in the school like, externally. Someone would come in, and I had drum lessons. But in terms of the school, the music department didn't really put anything that good on, I don't think. And then we had that teacher, Mr. Nelson, came along and kind of... I remember him sitting down with me and this girl, and he said, you know, he pretty much had one of those, I'm going to turn this place around. And he did. Do you know what I mean? It just shows... like.
And there was a music teacher?
Yeah, he put Battle of the Bands on. We had all that stuff. Did you have that?
Amazing. You sort of like there was. There was the arts. Wow, look at those little birds, tiny.
Yeah.
There was an arts. They're tiny things, aren't they?
They are tiny.
Wow. You could put them in breadcrumbs. There was like a. What was it called? The arts.
Like an arts department.
Yeah, I don't know if there was never a battle of the bands, but they used to call it the arts show or something like that. And some people would do a dance, girls would do a dance, and we played Guns N' Roses, but we did the Bob Dylan Knocking on Heaven's Door, Guns N' Roses.
That's weird. That's the first thing I played at school in front of people was Knocking on Heaven's Door. I did the solo. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I learnt that. I wonder if I can still play it.
Is that how it goes?
Knock, knock, knocking on. No.
I did it in G, that to D to C. Yeah. To C.
I don't know. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Isn't it a bit weird that you played that at school and I played that at school? There's a lot of songs, but I guess that is an easy one to learn and that, but it's still
Well, I
kinda
didn't
weird.
play guitar at the time.
sing
Well, I
it?
did, but I was just singing, and I had a wig on and a bandana, and I borrowed my dad's or my mum's leather jacket. It was about 10 times too big for me, and I was like, ow, 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 ow.
I don't think I've got that on my system. That,
And it was probably awful.
I love that. Because to me, you know, Axl Rose going, yeah, all that shit.
Yeah, all
To-
that crap.
To me, that feels just like an extension of, hey, if you knew. It feels like the, you know, Buddy Holly goes, oh, that shit. And then Axl Rose does it. I think it's
But
the same.
Bob Dylan goes,
See, I didn't know Bob Dylan as much. What's he do? What, he has
goes,
his own.
knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, I don't know. But you know what he's like,
Yeah.
Bob Dylan. Do you not listen to a lot of Bob Dylan?
Not as much as I probably would
Yeah.
like to. I need to listen to more.
He goes,
Yeah. Do you think that's in you, in your music, the Bob Dylan stuff?
I go, ow.
Oh, yeah.
I go, ow, ow.
It's weird what you settle on
You
stuff
know, you
like
don't
that.
realise you're doing it.
No. Sometimes I just think, even when I sing our songs, I think, should I just sing it? I don't think anymore, but sometimes I just sing it normally, and then I just, you know, I could, when I'm having a good time, whatever comes out is what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care. Yeah, I know, it's
Yeah.
like a different thing. I really tried to get better at singing, like over not last week, but I've constantly I always wanted to sing, and when I was at secondary school, I met Jack in the band when we were like 14, and with my friend Ryan, we were playing Feed the World. We played it in an old people's home from school, you know, Feed the World for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
We played it in old
Yeah.
people's home, and they were all saying stuff, you know. And then, and I met Jack in a practice room with Ryan, and he was like, he could sing in harmonies.
Wow.
And up to that point, I didn't know people that could sing
That's
in
quite
the
clever,
harmony.
isn't it, for that age?
Yeah, he always just sing a third above you or whatever, and he just loved doing that stuff.
To explain to her the reason why I'm not with my girlfriend no more. Basically in love with a tattoo man with a lifelong plan. Into the verse again, Jack. I'll do the other thing.
And
Wow.
I was like, oh, he's good at that. And I got a lyric about that. When I think to those early days, when bad music was all the rage, you came through and I was saved. The moment I first heard you play, I tell you this because I love you. I tell you this because you're my brother.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, it's from the
Mate,
practice.
made me feel something. I felt like I was
Really?
going to burst into tears. I don't think I've had enough sleep.
You had a late night. It's a bit sentimental, isn't it? But
It's lovely.
Even that song always has the lyric about me getting my tooth knocked out in Bon Marché as well. When you found my tooth out in the street, drove me up to A&E. We were there till 3:30. You've always been so good to me.
Hey, I tell you what, right? I'm always taken aback. It's like I'm always surprised how good you are,
Oh.
even though I know you're good, and you've been to see your gigs, but like every time you play, I'm like, fucking hell, he's good.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? And you know, you're a real talent, man. Do you know
Thank
what I
you.
mean? You're like, you got the thing, you know, and it's just wow, you know, amazing.
Cheers. No, I think the same, obviously, about you. I always thought that, though. Like a sort of kindred spirit of Little Hampton.
Yeah.
And it's funny when you come through the same sort of schools and stuff.
Do you know what? There was a scene. There's been some good music. I mean, maybe it's every town. We don't know because we're
Yeah.
not in those towns.
No.
But wow, there's been some real talent that I've known, and it's a small town. Maybe it's a big town. There's a lot of people live here. So tell me more. So that's quite interesting. So But the thing is, Littlehampton School it was a really bad school in terms of like it was behind in comparison to other schools.
Really?
Yeah, and it's always been like on the back foot, so it's never been a very good school, and you know, maybe that has affected us, you know, because we're around. I mean, it's quite a tough place, Littlehampton.
Yeah, a lot of people I know, even in my classes, didn't necessarily have a good time and that. But some of us some of them see it more of a glory day, you know. And I think I'm in between. But but for me, it was just a place where, you know, like it facilitated me and Jack playing these, or the bands I was in, doing it through school. Sort of really allowed me to be myself. Like I felt like that, especially at, you know, the classical competitions and stuff. I felt kind of a bit suppressed. It wasn't the fault of that world, but you know, like you're watching classical guitar competition, like the professionals, they sit like this, and it's all like about the music and stuff. But then, you know, you get home and then you've got a DVD of Guns N' Roses and Axl Rose is running around in hot pants in the 80s. Like, what other world is out there? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, what can you actually, you know, what is music all about, really? And I get, you know, I get it now. I get why they sit like that and why they do all the stuff, and they're like really master craftsmen of specific stuff. And it's still all about the music, but I don't know, you know, I like the sort of, I like the reckless, the silliness of the stage stuff, and it's exciting, isn't it? With all the lights.
I mean, for me, music is absolute freedom, potentially, because you can also be stuck, you know, but it's an absolute potential freedom of expression, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's nowhere you can't go.
Yeah.
You know, but you've got to have the courage to go there.
It's like, as well, naturally, if you're good at, if your brain was just like, right, I'm going to work really hard, learn all these classical things and all the scales, and I'm going to just keep... I met people that went on to be like... Well, there's one guy's like a virtuoso, like, cellist. He just fucking relearned, and his brain was just wired different. He just did that and pursued it. I just don't know if I ever had it in me to... Maybe I did. And I don't know if there's like a laziness. Sometimes I think, is it a laziness if I went into it? But, you know, truthfully, what it came down to is I'd be in the bedroom next to my granddad's house we're in now, and my nan, I'd be in the bedroom, and without any encouragement, I'd still be making up songs about stupid stuff.
Since I broke my phone that night, everything's turned out alright. I found a girl I really like, and now everything's alright. I used to spend all of my time scrolling through other people's shit. Now when I'm on a train, all I do is sit. And I know it sounds boring, but it's better than stalking your ex and reading posts about your sex, and better than friends inviting you to events you never attend. My phone let me down when I bowled it to the ground, and now it don't make a sound, but that don't get me down. Since I broke my phone that night, everything's turned out alright. I found a girl I really like, and now everything's alright.
And even when I was, you know, and I think, and now I've recently reconnected with my old guitar teacher, Sasha, and it's really lovely. And I chatted to him, and I said, oh yeah, my brother can read music a bit better than me. He goes, oh well, of course he can, Simon. He said, he had a formal music education. He said, you just learnt some songs from me. And I was like, oh, you were just teaching me songs. They may have been classical songs, but he just taught me how to play them. And I think that's just why I'm, you know, everything around me was sort of, I was just inspired to make things up. And I also like words. I like saying things I mean, and I feel like I can really say what I mean in a song.
You wanna quit your dead-end job, but a dead end is better than a loose one, love. It's your choice, that till ain't no cage. Snap out of it, Ella, I see ya. You're tired and the queue's getting longer. You're picking off each and every customer. One by one they fall to your gun. Snap out of it, Ella, I see ya. You should leave before you expire. Start that, fill that face up and fuck off. You ain't gonna be here forever, are ya?
whereas you can't always in real life. Or you can.
Well, that was meant to be then, wasn't it? You know, you had to, you know, you were never going to be the guy that just learnt the songs and become a classical guitarist. You were going to be the guy that, you know, it's almost godly. You had this former sort of, you had a, you know, at 6 years old having a go, and then boom, when you get to teenage years, you're ready to go. So basically, you had these things, and then was you in a band at school then?
Yeah,
And that was the Nuts.
No, there was this. Me and Tom, me and my friend Kyle started writing songs together in year 9, and I still remember some of them. You know, like simple, like a bit emo. We're a bit emo, and then and I tried doing things like that, and then we're in a band called Weetabix at school.
That's a good name for a band.
Yeah, I
isn't it?
thought so too. And then I met Jack, and then we just fucking sung like acoustic covers, like Toxic. You know, like all the ones everyone was
Britney
doing
Spears.
on YouTube. Yeah, and just singing in all these tracks. Or I generally went with whatever Jack wanted to do at that point. And then after school and then in college, I went all through college and uni. Not really. I think then the Nuts started when I did being like the 3-year course there thing. But I was so busy here I had worked in Holland and Barrett, and with girlfriends and stuff, and the Nuts that I sort of flunked out a bit on the last year of the course at Brighton.
My ex rang me up the other night. She said she wants a hairdryer back. I said, of course, that's no problem. I've been meaning to give it back. And then she goes on to ask about my new girlfriend and how we're getting on. I said, we're great, thanks. She said, what are you doing with yourself now? I work at the weekend selling nuts and prunes and shit. I try my best at uni, but I just flunked it. So now I'm just singing songs and pops that only my mum and my friends know the words to. How are you? Do? How are you?
But yeah, and then that was the Nuts in my early 20s, and I still like a lot of the songs that I made up then. Probably a bit like you and Indy.
And were you the singer in the Nuts?
Yeah, me and Jack, and Tom sometimes.
Okay, so Tom was not the front man then.
No, he played bass.
Yeah.
I go out to get
But then in Glue, Tom was the front man.
Oh yeah, then the Nuts ended, and they were starting Glue as that was coming to an end. And then a few years later, they asked me to play bass in Glue, and I said I can't. I said I can't commit to it because I had a job in Brighton in the evenings. I was like, I can't commit to it. And then it came up again, and then I was like, oh yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking about. I just fucking do it. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing any music. I was singing the songs I play now in the band, but just at people. Oh, you know what that's like.
Yeah, well, you got to do that.
You playing at people. Yeah, I've got this song, and they look at you like an idiot because it just sounds stupid.
But I don't know. I think that's in your mind.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
My name is Cain, and I was born in a house fire. My name is Cain. Tattoos made I wasn't so skinny, I'd probably get a chest piece by now. Saying Daddy loves me and I love Daddy.
That's amazing. So then, you know, so then you had that experience, and that was, you guys done quite well, didn't you?
What, in Glue?
Yeah.
I would say that's pretty much all down to, they probably wouldn't agree, but generally Mark and Tom, you know, had that going for ages. They built it to a good place already, and then they got some outside input to help from like label and stuff, but pretty much everything that came from that was their hard work. And me turning up when I needed to be there. I'm reliable in the sense that I turn up when I'm supposed to be there all the time, and that's all you need from a bass player or a supportive member of a band, I think. You know, just turn up to practice all the time and don't be a dickhead.
Cheers!
I definitely was a dickhead sometimes, but not. We had a great time, really. It was really nice.
And around that time, like, you know, you talked before, you told me before, like, obviously you don't drink now.
Yeah.
And were they some messy years with Glue?
To be honest, I've just always been messy with drinking. But the nuts was, you know, I've got these songs all about it, and now they all have different meaning.
If you want it, I got it, and I can put you down.
But there's the one from Nuts, like, you go out to have fun, and I go out to get drunk. It's not rocket science, love, while we're not getting on.
Good hook, isn't it?
So let's enjoy the weekend. I'm not even thinking of fighting. I just want you to know I do what I want.
And then the pre-chorus, I could give it up for you.
I'm not some raging alcoholic. I can be me, boring and sober me.
That's Simon from Absuma.
Oh, that's really
Nice
interesting.
cup of tea, lovely jubbly. Sober up and go home is what you say to me. You know I never thought we'd get to the point where we care, 'cause you knew what I was like when you met me. Sober up and go home.
It's just almost a cry for help, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And the really late was, I go out to get drunk. It went 3/4. I go out to get drunk. And then Jack went, okay, I go out, and it go home.
I go out to get drunk. I go out to get drunk. I go out to get drunk. I go out to get drunk.
I go out to go home. Yeah.
That's great.
You make all these things up subconsciously, though.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fuck you song. It was like, I go out to get drunk, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? That's what I actually was like.
Yeah.
But really, it's
Were
like
you justifying your behaviour?
quite
aren't you?
sad. Yeah.
It is a bit, but it depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
So then you say, like, at school, like you know, and you said about 16 you started drinking with your friends, and
Yeah, I remember having.
In the early hours of Sunday morning, when you passed out next to a shop window, could babble down your brand new dress, white wine and cigarette breath. I'd stay out here all night if I could, but I'm getting cold and you're wearing my coat, so I guess we'll just go home. But I can't wait till next weekend when I get to share this moment again. This room's full of people drunk, passed out after a night out, but I'm awake and I'm looking in your eyes. The street lights turn on, the night lights crawl out, infesting everything they see and breathe in. I hate it when I'm stuck out in their nest, alcohol ridden, beer battered havoc brawling. There's nothing but the weekend, just to keep dressed up, make up and be friends. Oh, damn, come closer. Go out to get drunk, I'll go out to get drunk, I'll go out to get drunk, I'll go out to get
fun, and I go out to get drunk. It's not rocket science, no. Why we're not getting up? So let's enjoy the weekend. I'm not even thinking of fighting. I just want you to know I'll do what I want. Up for you. I'm not a raging alcoholic. I can be me, boring and sober me. So sober up and go home is all you say to me. You know I never thought I'd get to this point when we met, 'cause you knew I was like when you met me. So sober up and go home. All the way to see you, might as well have just jumped in the tank. 'Cause I go out to get drunk and you go out to have fun. It's not rocket science, love. Why we're not getting up? Up for you. I'm not a raging alcoholic. I can be me, boring and sober me. So sober up and go home is all you say to me. You know I never thought I'd get to this point where we met, 'cause you knew what I was like when you met me. So sober up and go home. Thank you.